Okay, I just want to do a quick review and a tour of my Descript work setup and explain a little bit as to why I chosen each piece of equipment. Because it sounds random, but it's really not because I use this from a lot of trial and error. So let's get started real quick. First, the monitor. I just used an Asus. I forget which one it was. It was just like a very generic monitor at the last second. But the main thing I needed was this headlight right here, this monitor overhead light, because it helped illuminate the monitor evenly. So I wouldn't have to squint. And especially if you're staring at a screen for long hours, that extra illumination really helps, especially with eye strain. The other thing is this laptop. So basically, I chose a laptop over a PC because here, especially if you're a digital nomad and you work in Southeast Asia or countries where the electric grid is not that stable, using a PC is asking for trouble because if you have a blackout or a power outage or just random power spike, you may lose all your work. That's why I use a laptop. Plus, it's quite easy to travel with. And then when it comes down to my other accessories, I use the hub right here. I use that because I have a lot of micro SD cards and different slots I use to connect to my laptop. The other thing I want to mention is I use this microphone, Yeelink U35, and I'm going to explain it, the reason why I use this one, especially since it's wired. I chose wired for many of my things. As you can see, that's wired. The reason for that is because I had to go through a junk ton of keyboards. I'm talking about Logitech, Razer, brand name, experimental keyboards. And the common problem was when I ever used a portable wireless device, they would fail at one of two areas. One, the Bluetooth receiver would eventually conk out, or two, the battery would die. Like the keys, especially on the membrane type keyboards, we like the flat, very thin keyboard. Not this one, this is the mechanical one. This is why I switched to mechanical. Eventually the soldering on the membrane wears out and there's nothing you can really do to fix it. So unless you're really technical. I got tired. I was going through like keyboards like crazy. So eventually I switched to everything like wired, and I haven't had any problems. And I made sure at least they had a wired connection because look, if something happens to a wire, you could always change it out. So that adds longevity. Two, this has multiple ways of connecting. This is a Keychron K8 Pro. And it's a bit expensive, but it saves me time because I don't have to. Before this, I was going through keyboard like crazy. Like every 2 months, 3 months, just going through keyboard. Like I thought Logitech was really good, and it used to make good peripherals, but I don't know what happened. Recently, it's making like plastic junk. So that's why I switched to this Keychron keyboard, and it's been a lifesaver. It has basically 3 different modes of connection. You can use Bluetooth, some other wireless mode, and wired mode. And I really like it because you can connect it to 3 different devices and then just toggle between the 3, which is really neat. And that's the other reason why I got this wired Yeelink, because I don't think I mentioned it on this channel, but I got suckered into buying this stupid Jabra 275 headset because where I work, it's in Southeast Asia. It's very noisy. So I figured, let me use a Bluetooth noise canceling headset to cancel out the noise while I record. And I saw this guy using this Jabra 275 headset next to a blender, and it was canceling out all the noise, and he was talking clear. And I was like, that's what I need to get. I bought it. It was an absolute piece of junk, like hot junk. It didn't even last a week. The foam off of the ears would come off. The microphone would cut my voice in and out. The noise canceling was non-existent. It was just hot junk. And I paid $400 for it. So then it had connection issues. So I'm like, screw it. So I got this wired headset, and it works better than the Jabra 275. Now, is it perfect? No, it's not. It feels a bit cheap. It doesn't feel premium, but it works. Like I don't have, it does its job, so I can't complain. So that's why I got wired. Basically, I switched to wired. After going all wireless, I went all wired because I got tired of the battery conking out, the wireless conking out, the mic conking out. And with the microphone, I got tired of paying $400 for a headset and it not working well. So I got this, I think this is like $80-ish. I can't remember exactly, but it works well. The other thing is this mouse. This is the one thing I'm going to switch out when it comes down to the setup because it kind of cheap on the cheap end. So I'm not going to recommend this. What I'm going to be switching to in place of this one right here is going to be a Kensington trackball. I'm going to be switching to that because what happens with these mouse, and this is the problem I want to share, it just conks out too. Like eventually this button won't work or double click, or this trackball right here will just jump all over the place. This mouse wheel over here will conk out. And no matter what you do, try to open it up, it's almost like the design to break. So that's why I'm just going back to old school, going to the trackball. That way I can hopefully take out the ball and clean it out and then, have it last longer. Because I hate constantly having to buy peripherals that's supposed to last. Like I remember a time not so long ago when you bought something and it just worked and it worked forever. Now you buy something and you just take it out of the package and you look at it the wrong way and it disintegrates. So that's why when it comes on to peripherals, this is what I'm suggesting after many years of buying and wasting money on other peripherals. There's no affiliate links. You go ahead and you look up this keyboard if you want to. I'm not selling anything. I'm just saying that this works for me. If you have your own solution that works for you, go ahead and do it. I'm not trying to push my beliefs on anyone. I'm just trying to share what works. This keyboard, I like mechanical because if anything happens, I can just take out the keys and switch them out and then put a new set of caps on. And not only that, it feels more comfortable. It feels more enjoyable to type. But the main thing is I don't have to with these membrane keyboards. It just conk out on me because the soldering eventually died out. And then what you have is like dead letters on the key and no way to fix it. I'm talking to you, Logitech. You're making some junk, really, really junky products now. I'm assuming they must have changed ownership or something. All right. But I remember once upon a time, Logitech used to make some good stuff. Now they're just making hot junk and it's overpriced. So this is my setup. This is what I use. And the laptop works well. If I have a blackout or anything, I can switch to the laptop monitor and use it. If not, then this monitor right here is the main monitor. And it's great because all my work is saved. And then last thing, I want to go over some of the software I use. Mainly, I use all web-based tools because when it comes down to my workflow, I want to make sure that if something happens, I can pick it right back up while working on a mobile phone or an Android tablet. I don't want to be tied into one ecosystem such as Windows 11 or Mac or iOS or anything. I want to be a free agent because, with these ecosystems, they're trying to lock you in. Man, like Windows 11 is definitely trying to lock you in. Like if you ever use Windows 365, Microsoft 365, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It is such a clunky, hard software to use that you can't delete certain files. It's ridiculous. So that's why I recommend, if you can, try to get web-based tools as much as you can. That way you can work on the go and you're not tied to one ecosystem. All in all, I hope this video was helpful. It shows you just a quick review of why I use wired peripherals, why I chose a laptop. Everything's very intentional. And if you have any questions, just leave it down in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.